Hi everyone, please subscribe my YouTube channel new more videos. My wife declared, I'm done with you for a true gentleman. Clasping her co-worker's hand, I replied, great timing. When my attorney entered with photos of her 5 other affairs, her true gentleman realized he wasn't even that unique. I'm 34, male, and was lounging in our living room when Diana, 32, strutted in with her coworker Brett, 28. She had that expression. You know, the one where someone thinks they're about to drop earth-shattering news and expects you to fall apart. We need to talk, she said, gripping Brett's hand for support. I muted the football game. Go ahead. I'm leaving you for a real man, she announced, squeezing Brett's hand tighter. Someone who truly values me, not some guy who just watches sports and plays video games all day. Brett puffed out his chest a bit. Poor dude. I glanced at my phone. Actually, perfect timing. What? Diana's dramatic flair faltered slightly. My lawyer's due here in... Oh, there's the doorbell. Eleanor Hastings walked in, carrying a banker's box. I'd texted her when I saw Diana's car pull up with a passenger. Mrs. Morrison? Eleanor nodded professionally. And Mr. Brett Kelly, he offered, suddenly less self-assured. Eleanor placed the box on the coffee table. Mr. Morrison, shall we proceed? Wait, what's happening? Diana demanded. Why's a lawyer here? Remember 6 months ago when you started working late more often? I kept my tone even. I noticed you came home smelling like different colognes. Not Brett's, but several others. Diana's face drained of color. Brett's grip on her hand loosened. Eleanor opened the box and pulled out 6 manila folders. We have documented proof of 6 extramarital relationships over the past 8 months. 6? Brett's voice cracked. You're number 4, chronologically, Eleanor noted helpfully. I watched Diana's face shift through emotions. Shock, fury, calculation. You hired someone to tail me? That's twisted. No, I hired a forensic accountant, I said, leaning back. You used our credit cards for your dates. The paper trail was crystal clear. Eleanor laid out the evidence. Credit card statements highlighted in various colors. Green for Mr. Kelly here, blue for Jackson Reeves from accounting, yellow for Dr. Martinez from your yoga studio, pink for your personal trainer Leo, orange for Thomas from your book club, purple for someone named Dante from a business trip. Brett stepped back from Diana. 6 guys at once? Not exactly at once, Eleanor clarified, but there was significant overlap. September was particularly busy. She had dates with 4 different men in 1 week. This is entrapment, Diana stammered. That's not what entrapment means, Eleanor said calmly. This is documented evidence of infidelity using shared funds. Brett edged toward the door. Diana, you said I was special, that we had something real. We do, babe, Diana insisted. This is just... Thursday nights were ours, right? Brett cut in. Our night? Eleanor flipped through papers. Thursday, September 15th. Dinner with Mr. Reeves at Laurent. Thursday, September 22nd. Hotel booking with Dr. Martinez. I'm done, Brett said, heading for the door. Brett, wait! Diana called after him. Let him go, I suggested. We've got more to cover. She spun on me. You jerk! You've been plotting this for weeks. 3 weeks, to be exact, I said, since I confirmed the 6th affair. I want a divorce. Already prepared, Eleanor said, pulling out a document alongside a full financial disclosure. You've spent roughly $32,000 on your affairs using credit cards, cash withdrawals, and charges to our joint accounts. That's shared money. I'm allowed to spend it on household expenses, Diana shot back. Sure, On hotel stays and fancy dinners with multiple partners? Not so much. Diana grabbed her phone. I'm calling my lawyer. Goldstein, Ramirez, or Phillips? I asked. She froze. How do you saved their numbers in our shared contacts by mistake. I figured one would call back eventually. Her phone rang. Brett's name flashed on the screen. She answered eagerly. Baby, let me explain. I could hear him from across the room. Lose my number. I'm reporting this to HR Monday morning. The call ended. Diana stood there, phone in hand, reality sinking in. $32,000, she said finally. That's not possible. Eleanor pulled out itemized statements. Shall we review the weekend getaway to wine country with Dr. Martinez, $3,200? The shopping spree with Leo, $2,100. Stop, Diana said, slumping onto the couch. What do you want? A divorce, clean and simple. I'll take you for everything. Half the house alimony. Actually, Eleanor interjected, given the documented infidelity and financial misconduct, you'll be lucky to walk away with your personal items and car. This is America. I'm entitled to half the marital assets. Yes, after subtracting the $32,000 you misused, Eleanor said. Also, Mr. Morrison's inheritance from his father was never mixed with marital funds, so the house remains his separate property. I was careful about that, I added. Dad left me the house 2 years ago. I never put Diana's name on it or used joint funds for upkeep. You planned this, Diana said, her voice weaker. No, Diana, you planned 6 affairs. I just documented them. The entitlement has hit new peaks, folks. Diana moved in with her sister Celia after that night. I thought we'd handle this like grown-ups. Quick divorce, move forward, wrong. First came the text storm. Not to me, she knows I blocked her, but to my mom, my brother, my best friend, Jake. All versions of how I'm a monster who spied on her and invaded her privacy. My mom called, confused. She says you hired people to follow her. No, Mom. I hired an accountant to check our credit card statements. It was all there in black and white. 6 guys. 6 I can prove. Oh, honey, I never liked her, Mom said. Thanks, Mom. A bit late, but noted. Then Diana got bold. She showed up at my office on Tuesday. Security called from the lobby. Mr. Morrison, your wife's here. Says it's an emergency. I went down to find her in full drama mode. Tears, designer dress, probably charged to my card, clutching tissues. Please, just 5 minutes, she begged, loud enough for the whole lobby to hear. I made mistakes, but I love you. Diana, you need to leave. I was confused, lonely. You were always working. I worked normal hours. You were the one working late, remember? The security guard, Steve, was trying not to smirk. Steve's a solid guy. We've chatted before. Those men meant nothing, she cried. All 6 of them? The guy by the elevator definitely caught that. Diana's face flushed. Can we talk privately? Your lawyer can talk to mine privately. I don't have a lawyer. No one will take my case. That was news. Why not? Because you turned them against me with your stupid evidence. I showed my lawyer evidence. That's how lawyers operate. She grabbed my arm. Please, I'll do anything. Counseling, therapy. Diana, you were dating 6 guys at once with my money. Our money? Money you spent on other guys? Nope. She switched gears from pleading to furious. Fine, I'll ruin you. I'll tell everyone what kind of man you are. What kind is that? The kind who spies on his wife, who pays people to stalk her. I paid an accountant to review credit card statements. Statements you left in our shared filing cabinet. I'll go on social media. Tell the world. Go for it, I said. She blinked. What? Post whatever you want. The evidence speaks for itself. That's when she lost it. Started shouting about how I never appreciated her, never made her feel special, how those other men saw her value. Steve stepped in. Ma'am, you need to leave. Don't touch me. I know my rights. Your right to leave willingly or in cuffs, Steve said calmly. She stormed out, but not before tossing a final zinger. You'll regret this. I'll take everything. She wouldn't take a thing. Remember how Diana couldn't find a lawyer? Well, she sort of did. Her sister Celia's boyfriend, Trent, just graduated law school. Hasn't passed the bar, but he's basically a lawyer, according to Diana. I found out when Eleanor called, laughing so hard she could barely talk. He sent a demand letter, she wheezed, on notebook paper, in pen. The demands were wild. The house, still not marital property, $8,000 monthly alimony, I make $75,000 a year, her car paid off, already paid, $50,000 for emotional distress, all my retirement accounts, and my valuable vintage collection, aka my Xbox. He cited Judge Judy as legal precedent. Is that legit? I asked. It's adorable, Eleanor said. I'm framing it. But here's the good part. Diana took matters into her own hands, started a social media campaign, narcissistic ex, financial abuse, surviving divorce. The posts were something else. Apparently, I controlled her spending while she dropped $32K on affairs, isolated her from friends, the 6 guys say otherwise, and emotionally neglected her, forcing her to seek comfort elsewhere. She tagged all our mutual friends. Big mistake. Jake's wife, Lauren, commented, "Didn't you bring some guy named Leo to our BBQ last month while married?" My coworker, Brad. Wait, is this why you asked me to lie about you being at that work conference? Her yoga classmate. Girl, you told me you were already divorced when you started dating Roberto. Roberto? I texted Eleanor. Who's that? Checking. Oh, the massage therapist. Paid cash, so we missed him. That makes 7. The comments kept pouring in. Diana kept deleting and reposting, but screenshots were already out there. Then Brett jumped in. He posted his own story. PSA, if someone says they're leaving their spouse for you because you're special, maybe ask if you're the only one. Finding out you're number 4 out of 6, now 7, is a real ego check. Also, HR says I need sensitivity training because of this mess. Thanks, Diana tried to spin it, posting about how polyamory is valid, and she was exploring her needs. Her sister Celia commented, polyamory requires everyone's consent, DI. This is just cheating. Even Trent, her lawyer, backed off, posting that he's focusing on the bar exam and no longer giving legal advice. But the best part? Dr. Martinez's wife, an actual divorce lawyer, saw the posts and contacted Eleanor out of professional courtesy. Turns out, Diana owes her husband $5,000 for a medical consultation that was definitely not medical. The house of cards was crumbling, and Diana's response was to double down. Diana finally hired a real lawyer, Russell Winters, known for taking tough cases. Emphasis on tough. We had our first settlement meeting yesterday. Diana showed up in what I can only call a wronged wife outfit, conservative suit, minimal makeup, hair in a bun. Winters opened strong. My client has endured financial abuse and surveillance. We're seeking equitable asset distribution and compensation for emotional distress. Eleanor slid over a folder. Your client spent $32,000 on extramarital affairs. We have documentation of 7 confirmed relationships, credit card receipts, hotel bookings, and signed affidavits from 3 of the men involved. Diana's composure cracked. Affidavits? Mr. Kelly was very thorough. Eleanor said. He kept your texts. All of them. Winters skimmed Brett's statement, his expression growing grimmer with each page. Additionally, Eleanor continued, Dr. Martinez's wife is pursuing legal action for money your client borrowed under false pretenses. That's a separate issue, Winters said weakly. It shows a pattern of deceit and financial misconduct, Eleanor countered. Diana whispered urgently to her lawyer. He shook his head. Moving to assets, Eleanor said. The house is protected inheritance, not marital property. The cars are already separately titled. Retirement accounts will be split per state law after deducting the misused funds. That's unfair, Diana burst out. I supported him. I made that house a home. You lived there rent-free for 2 years while spending joint funds on dates with other men, I said calmly. You never appreciated me. I appreciated you. I just didn't know I was sharing you with half the town. Winters tried to steer things back. My client is open to a modest settlement to avoid lengthy litigation. Eleanor smiled. How modest? The house? No. Half the house's value. It's not marital property. Then $100,000 for pain and suffering. Eleanor laughed, actually laughed. Your client caused pain and suffering. She doesn't get paid for it. Diana stood up. This is absurd. I gave him the best years of my life, while giving the best nights to everyone else, I muttered. I want what I'm owed. Here's what you're owed, Eleanor said, producing another document. After deducting the misused funds from your share of marital assets, you'll get about $3,200, your car, already in your name, and your personal items. $3,200? I can't live on that. Then I suggest you find a job. I have a job. Then you'll manage. Winters whispered urgently with Diana. Finally, he said, We need to caucus. They stepped out for 20 minutes. When they returned, Diana looked defeated but defiant. We want the vintage collection, Winters said. I looked at Eleanor, puzzled. She checked her notes. The Xbox, baseball cards, and signed jerseys. I laughed. My Xbox is 5 years old. The baseball cards are reprints, worth maybe $50. The jerseys are from the team shop. Total value's about $500. Diana's face fell. But you said they were valuable. No, you assume that, because they're in protective cases. I just like keeping my stuff nice. Winters closed his folder. We'll need time to reassess. As they left, Diana turned back. This isn't over. Actually, it pretty much is, Eleanor said brightly. The divorce was finalized last week. Diana fought to the bitter end, but reality has a way of prevailing. Final settlement. Diana got her car, personal belongings, $3,200 from marital assets after deductions, and half my 401k, about $12,000, as required by state law. No alimony, no house, no Xbox. That was a strange hill to die on. The aftermath? Glorious. Brett got fired, not for the affair, but for faking client meetings that were actually dates with Diana. Companies don't take kindly to expense report fraud. Dr. Martinez's wife divorced him and cleaned him out. Diana was subpoenaed as a witness and had to admit under oath to borrowing money for a business opportunity that was really a weekend getaway. Leo, the personal trainer, lost his job at the gym after 3 other clients reported inappropriate relationships. Diana's social media campaign backfired spectacularly. She's basically unemployable in our city now. Who knew publicly admitting to affairs with coworkers and clients would tank your professional reputation? Last I heard, she moved back to her parents' place 2 states away. Celia told my mom at the grocery store that Diana's working at a call center and learning to budget. She texted me once last month. I'm sorry I messed everything up. Can we talk? I didn't reply. Eleanor advised against any contact that could be misinterpreted. But I did catch her Instagram story last week. She forgot to block my gym account. She was at a bar with some new guy, captioned, "Finally found a real man who values me." Someone commented, "Is this number 8 or did you reset the count?" She deleted it within an hour. As for me, I'm doing fine. The house is peaceful. I'm back to playing basketball with Jake and the guys. Got a promotion at work. Turns out, no drama at home boosts your focus. My brother asked if I regret anything. Honestly, just that I didn't check those credit card statements sooner. Could have saved myself about 20 grand. Expensive lesson, but worth it. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. And when they show 6, now 7, other guys who they are on your dime, definitely believe the credit card statements. Thanks for following, Reddit. Check your statements, trust your instincts, and maybe don't date someone who thinks Judge Judy is legal precedent. Oh, and Brett started a podcast about surviving narcissistic relationships. Diana threatened to sue him for defamation. He called it free publicity.